45,500 of the winners' connections. And repeating on course, 6 Domiel in front of 3 Majestically. Ditto the Tate. Bally Blur, number 10, Glenn Boss won the Silver Slipper, beating 7 Dane Shadow, 12 Estra and 4 Fastnet Rock. Great finish. Not a lot between the first 4. Glenn won the 3rd on Moon Mambo, number 10. Dan Beasley won race 2 on 7 Races Success. At 8, La Nikita, Rod Quinn took out the first. And not a single doubt galloped between the first and second races, and boy, he looked very, very good. Now, coming up to line is Terrific Taurus. Full brothers here, Terrific and Terrible Taurus. Deer Hill is coming up, and we're just about ready. Soon be away, the Zodiac Parramatta Cup. Starter has the button. Press the same, and there they go. And Restless actually got the best of the start. Away pretty well was Ash Send. Deer Hill is rushing up to look for the lead. Domiel handy, so's Majestically, and then Malta easing back a little now. Followed by Terrible Taurus and a gap to Strange Conflict, and last of all is Terrific Taurus. They work their way towards the 1600 after almost 400 metres, and Deer Hill to the lead. Restless running second, the third is Ash Send. A length and a half then coming Terrible Taurus wide out. Majestically is next, and then Domiel. Inclined to race just a little rough there. Terrific Taurus going around the outside. Second last is Strange Conflict, and Malta drops to the rear. Deer Hill in front as they head to the back of the track and going along past the 1300. Deer Hill making play about a length or so on Ash Thin. Third is Restless, and fourth is Terrible Taurus. Majestically next, and Terrific Taurus obliged to race a trifle wide. And then comes the favourite Domiel, 2 behind her, Strange Conflict and Malta. Only 8 to 10 lengths covering the field as they work their way in the direction of the halfway marker at the 1000. And past the 1000 pole they go. No change in the order. Deer Hill shows out about 3/4 of a length on Ash Sin. 2/3 Restless. After nearly a length coming Terrible Taurus. Then Majestically Terrific Taurus, Domiel, Strange Conflict, and still last of all is Malta. On the side, 700 ahead of them in the Parramatta Cup. And Deer Hill shows out narrowly from Ash Sin. Restless is going forward now. Terrible Taurus out 4 and 5 deep. Majestically getting a nice run, but is in need of an out. And then Domiel followed by Terrific Taurus, a length Strange Conflict, and last Malta. He's riding very hard on Domiel as they round the corner, with Deer Hill taken on and headed quickly by Restless, and now Majestically weaves into the clear. 300 to go. It's Restless a length, Majestically followed by Terrific Taurus and his full brother Terrible Taurus, but Restless past the distance. He's a length and a half on Terrible Taurus and Terrific Taurus. It's Restless in front, the full brothers pegging back. Terrible and Terrific Taurus, and Strange Conflict flying. Restless beat Terrible Taurus, Strange Conflict and Terrific Taurus in a fabulous finish. Then Deer Hill, Majestically, Domiel, and the last 2 Ash Sind and Malta. He wouldn't give in. He fought back like a tiger, and this 6-year-old by Thunder Gulch has been able to stave them off. The full brothers ran mighty races again, Terrible and Terrific Taurus. And it looked as though for a stride or two, maybe one of the Tauruses could outplug Restless, but Danny Beasley, he was able to ride hard and has been able to score on Restless for Gay Waterhouse, and Gay's mum is a Nona, and so too is Mrs. Yvonne Smith from the Gold Coast, from Broads Beach. Brannigan's Tavern, they'll be viewing in Brannigan's now. There'll be a great deal of joy in the tavern. And Guy, of course, an owner as well. By Thunder Gulch from that former top mare, Let's Hurry. Here are numbers 1, 7, 4 and 2. Number 1, Restless, D. Beasley. That's a winning double for Danny. He won on Races Success. Number 7 is second. That is Terrible Taurus, a 7-year-old by Imposing Bull. From Pretty Emma, trained by Diane Poitevin Lane, Jamie Innes, long shot Jamie aboard. And number 4, third, Strange Conflict, rapidly overhauling them by Bite the Bullet, Graham Rogers and Jim Cassidy. And Terrific Taurus, number 2, ran 4th. And every possible hope, I thought, Majestically. Time for the race was 2:3.14.
2:3.14 and a double to Gay Waterhouse, with Restless getting home in the Parramatta Cup at Rose Hill. There are the interim totals.
I've been a fan of him for a long time. His first up form is terrific, and I think he'll get the right sort of run with Stephen King in the saddle. Also, number 1, Super Elegant. People are getting away from it because of the fact that it's drawn wide. They'll be flying up front. Paddy Payne will jump, sit, and be wherever the horse is comfortable. I know he's going to be forced to cover a little bit of ground, but I've taken that into consideration. Chances, Andrew.
Well, Ancient Song, number 5, is having its first up run from a very strong spring campaign, Peter Moody.
Yeah, she's come back in good shape, Andrew. She just had the 3 runs for us in the spring and performed well at each time, so hopefully she can do the same again today.
Good fresh.
Second favourite, in fact. Super Elegant is ready. They're nearly set. Ancient Song goes into her position in the gates, and Legally Bay to the outside. Field ready. Set. Into the night stood well. Racing in the Oakley Plate. Reactive jumping just fairly on the inside, and Mystagic away brilliantly with Super Elegant. Legally Bay and Scaredy Cat began fast out wide. Hailey Berry drives up on the inside. Settling into stride, Hailey Berry at the 800 goes through and takes over the running from Mystagic. Right behind them is Massendor and Ancient Song. They're followed by Super Elegant, 5th, and out very wide from Scaredy Cat. Reactive Serve Breakfast with that bunch of horses 2 into the night, and also Cross Current, a length and a half. River Dove well back on the inside, followed by Naden and Blur. Then Legally Bay, trailed by Suit and Galapagos Girl. Coming around the turn now, Mystagic out wide goes to the lead ahead of Massendor, Hailey Berry. Ancient Song, handy, Super Elegant off the track as they cornered, and then came Sir Breakfast, and Reactive getting up on the inside to the 200. Ancient Song went up and took the lead with Mystagic on the outside, and then Reactive going for a run on the inside. 100 metres to go. Here's Cross Current with a run. It's Ancient Song, Cross Current, Reactive driving through on the inside. Reactive has grabbed the lead, and Reactive in a boil over has won it from Ancient Song. Suit or Cross Current in 3rd placing, and then came Naden. Blur never came into it. Legally Bay wide. Galapagos Girl made a little bit of ground, followed by Into the Night, and then River Dove and Mystagic. Hailey Berry towards the end is Breakfast, Massendor and Scaredy Cat, one of the last in the race. Number 15 is the winner, Reactive, ridden by Matt Pumper. Stand by for placings. In 1:3.40, 15, with a daredevil rails hugging ride by Matt Pumper, has given Brian Mayfield Smith his 2nd Group 1 Oakley Plate. 15 first. 2nd is number 5, Ancient Song, ridden by Scott Seamer, and Suit will grab the 3rd just in front of Cross Current as we await the number to come through. There it is, official 3rd, number 8, Suit. So it's 15, the winner, 5 second, 8 third, 4th in number 13, Cross Current, 15, 5 and 8, the placings. Well, what a ride by Matt Pumper, giving him his greatest success. And for Brian Mayfield Smith, he had a couple of horses in the race, and this horse, Drew Barrier 1, settled a good way back. He never left the fence on it, and she just continued to drive through along the inside. Wonderful training performance, first up from a spell. Hadn't raced since October, and she did go around in a trial on the 2nd of February, which she'd won well. Her most recent first up effort was behind Brief Embrace when she led, which was a surprise. She's usually better when she comes from off the pace, but she led and weakened last time first up. Obviously the plan just to let her find her feet back in the field and really hit the line, and she just continued to make ground uninterrupted along the inside and scored in the last couple of bounds. Ancient Song running a very good race 2nd, Suit 3rd, but the punters were off the boil here today in that particular race. They've won everything so far, but Reactive returning 16.40 and 4.70 on Super Tab Official. Ancient Song $3.60 and Suit $9.20. 16.40, 4.70 Reactive, 3.60 Ancient Song, 9.20 Suit, 103.50 the Quinella, 195.90 the Exacta, trifecta $5,585.80, and the running double 1 and 15, $26.60. Big victory for Matt Pumper, and she scored officially by a neck, half a length, 2nd and 3rd.
Let's go, mate. Brian Mayfield Smith is with us. Brian, you don't want to talk after winning a Group 1.
Just trying to point out the...
Okay, the owners, I have directed the owner to go and correct it. Come and ask me.
Oh, okay.
I've done everything for you, Brian.
Thanks.
How about that for a win?
Yeah, it was good, wasn't it? I mean, you know, the alley helped, and but it's hard to win those Group 1s first up from a spell anyway. So, young Matt rode her terrific, and she's got a lot of guts, you know.
Just got the the perfect run on the inside there.
I think the best thing that happened was she got held up a bit around the turn into the straight, and that just left that little bit extra in her to finish off and hold them out, you know.
The plan to win the Group 1 first up. Well done.
Yeah, it's the first time in my career I've won a Group 1 first up.
Go and enjoy it.
Thanks, mate.
Brian Mayfield-Smith joining us after the win of Reactive and Matt Pumper. And right now, let's go to Rosehill. Here's Chris Kearns.
All right, Andrew, congratulations to Brian Mayfield-Smith. He's a master trainer, is he not, with fresh horses, and that horse has been very consistent indeed. Reactive, 5-year-old mare. And Matty Pumper, must be a great thrill for Matt. He's a great young rider, and as everyone has indicated, he rode that perfectly. It's causing some problems here in the mounting yard. Gerald Ryan just trying to settle the mare down. Larry Cassidy's riding for Gerald, and Larry's in the saddle now, so hopefully when she gets out on the track she'll behave herself. And the latest here, I can tell you, there's the clear favourite is In a Bound. It's about comparable with its opening quote and what you're seeing on the tote. Now, the second elect there on the tote is Seances, but much better in the bookies ring at the moment, Seances. Now let's get some late mail from Ronnie.
The Millie Fox Stakes, race 6 here at Rosehill Gardens, number 765.
Good mare, isn't she? Gentle Genius walks into the stalls, and we're ready for a start in the Millie Fox Stakes. Here's the starter climbing his stand. Racing this time, and recurring one of the best to begin. Faith Hill jumped out nicely, so did Dynasty, and here's Star of Gibraltar, and going quickly Zakynthos Star, settling Star of Gibraltar from Zakynthos Star for Yamarosa, recurring Dynasty, and Pompey's improving now, followed by Miss Ivy, Faith Hill, then Seances, 2 to the favourite In a Bound, Gentle Genius, Miss Helter Skelter, Ike's Dream, Rosmarino, and Ain't Seen Nothing last, out of the back, and the leader Star of Gibraltar, a length and a half, recurring, followed by Dynasty, then Zakynthos Star, a length and a Pompey, a horse off the rails. Her outside and tracking wide for Yamarosa, Miss Ivy, Faith Hill, off the track, Seances, In a Bound is well astern from Gentle Genius, Miss Helter Skelter, Ike's Dream, Rosmarino, and 4 or 5 lengths, Ain't Seen Nothing under the whip. Star of Gibraltar leads them into the stretch, about 3/4 recurring, bridging the gap on Star of Gibraltar, Dynasty, Seances, followed by Zakynthos Star. In a Bound has made up many lengths on the inside. Here's Seances wide out after recurring, who got to Star of Gibraltar. In a Bound is coming fast, then Miss Ivy, but Seances hits the lead. In a Bound is after her, but it's Seances holding In a Bound, and Seances beat In a Bound. Recurring, I'd say, third from Ike's Dream, Gentle Genius, Miss Ivy, and then Ain't Seen Nothing making up many lengths from Miss Helter Skelter. Star of Gibraltar, Rosmarino, then Dynasty, Zakynthos Star. For Yamarosa, Faith Hill, and Absolute was Pompey. Seances has proven too good. Number 6, Seances, ridden by Corey Brown, has taken out the prestigious Sparza Millie Fox Stakes by Kenny Ladd from Spirit, trained by John Hawkes for the Woodland Stud, and first up since the Oaks Day meeting at Flemington when she won down there, beating Tata Tatiana. Second placing goes to number 13, In a Bound, by Ash Kalani from Bounding Away, trained by Gay, ridden by Glenn Boss. And number 5 is third, and that is Recurring by Pentire from Donna's Habit, Gerald Ryan, Larry Cassidy. Number 7, Ike's Dream, was the official 4th. Time for the race was 1:09.68. The record is 1:08.44. Dashing Eagle holds that. 34.42 sectional time, but I wouldn't be putting too much emphasis on times. The grass is reasonably long, and of course it's had plenty of water with the dry conditions. So Seances has only had now the 8 starts. She's won 5, 2 seconds, and of course she did look good in Melbourne, winning at Flemington. She'd won at Rose Hill here in the winter, and John Hawkes giving her plenty of time, and hasn't he got tremendous depth in his Crown Lodge establishment at the moment. Now the tote dividends, the most important part of the scene right now. Number 6, the winner, Seances, paid 5.
Really a Group 1 race as it should be. Alingi is the favourite, a filly by Costa de Lago, an ownership of about 16 people in this, including the gentleman we're about to catch up with. Theo Manusis has never seen this 2-year-old before today. Theo, you bought the horse through Slade Bloodstock. Tell us how you got into it?
It was initially advertised through the sporting channel, the 2KY, well, the sporting segment.
Yep.
And then I took the initiative to make my own research. And having had a look at what Encosta de Lago had done in Ocean Fast, the next step was to speak to Rob Slade.
Yep.
And here I am today. I think, yeah.
Well, here you are, having seen Alinghi on Sky, I guess, the runs the horse has had. What do you think when you see it close up?
Well, I don't know that much about horses, but what I know is from what I saw today, and this being my first instance of having the opportunity to see Alinghi, she's very muscular and very strong, and hopefully I've got my fingers crossed she can win today.
And clearly you're a racing punter. If you were listening to 2KY, you love a punt. I mean, I guess I'm saying you're in your first horse. How did you get there?
I certainly love a punt. I've backed more losers than winners. But at the end of the day, I'm here for a good time. I've got some sensational co-owners,
yep.
And I'm very, very, very happy at that. Yep. And at the end of the day, if I can get a dividend, it's the cream on top of the cake.
Well, you're maybe about to get the cream on top. Good luck to you, Theo. I hope I'm talking to you after the race.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
Theo Manousis joining us. Go and enjoy it, Theo. The moment of having a runner in a Blue Diamond, and it's clear favourite. Supported in $1.70 the tote is unders what they're betting, but as I said a few minutes ago, they are supporting it. It's been dominating, the only horse that has tightened up. World Peace getting pretty close at $6.90 compared to what they're betting on track. One World, you're shopping okay, even despite the fact it's tightening on Super Tab. Zilzi is the fourth pick on the tote, and it's fifth pick on track, just behind San Zero, number one, which is okay on the tote. Now we've got weight coming through on that previous race in Brisbane, 9, 4 and 1, the trifecta $348. Who will it be for 2004? We're back with the Amy Blue Diamond right after the break on Sky.
Almost ignored is San Zero, and there's about a 15 to 1 chance, 14 to 1 chance. The last time fillies trifected it, Lee Friedman won the race. That was in 1998 with Danelaw. Most of them are ready. There's Alinghi, the firm favourite coming up. Damien Oliver placed 5 times in this race, but yet to win it. Lee Friedman has won it with Danelaw and Knowledge, and now Alinghi settles in the stalls. The hot favourite is ready. Starter goes to the platform. World Peace stood up well with One World. Wager about to come along into the line. The last Sydney trained winner of this race was bounding away in '86, trained by TJ. Now Way West will complete the line on the outside for Patrick Payne. The Amy Blue Diamond, Group 1 for the 2-year-olds. The field is set. Denorum diving about in the gates, racing. Alinghi out fairly. San Zero began okay in the early stages of the race. Way West and Wager away brilliantly on the outside. Courtney's Cuddles driving up just behind them, and One World wide out. There's Zilzi pushing up along the fence now with San Zero. Two lengths Denorum deaf on the outside, and they were followed well back in the field by Squad. Alinghi is second last on the inside. Find the Cash ahead of her, and World Peace is last as they came up the side of the course now, and it's Wager on the inside, a narrow leader by ahead to Zilzi. 2 lengths away San Zero, Way West. One World striding up outside these. Next to Norum, Courtney's Cuddle Squad followed by Alinghi and Find the Cash together, and they were trailed coming around the turn by Deafin and World Peace. Into the straight, and it's Wager the leader. One World 3 or 4 wide coming at it. Zilzi's under the whip next as they straighten out, and then came San Zero. World Peace is making some ground. Alinghi's in the clear. Wager well clear though, out to the 150 by 3 lengths. Here comes Alinghi sailing up the middle of the track. Wager in front. Alinghi stride by stride. She's a mighty filly, and Alinghi beats Wager by a length. An outstanding win. Third is Wager's World Peace 4 lengths away, and they were followed by Find the Cash and next Squad Denorum. One World Tired, and next was Zilzi, Courtney's Cuddles, Way West, San Zero and Deafin. What an outstanding victory. She was in all sorts of trouble. Didn't jump well. She settled third last. She was in bother coming to the home turn. Wager was away. And the Sydney 2-year-old looked like she was going to break a drought for Gay Waterhouse with a 3-length lead at the 200. She was home, but Alinghi, staring defeat in the eye, has swept past every runner, and with a brilliant run up the middle of the track has reeled in Wager to score one of the most emphatic Blue Diamond victories in many years. She's run 19.89 the time. The time's irrelevant. It's the manner in which she has dealt with her opposition here today. An outstanding win. She's overcome trouble from a hopeless position to give Damien Oliver his first win in the Amy Blue Diamond at Group 1 for youngsters. So close so many times. Disappointments haunted him in the race, but he's finally cracked this Group 1 race today. Wager has run as bravely as any 2-year-old filly could in the race, and her supporters were calling her home as she went past the 200-metre mark. Chris Munson, Gay Waterhouse attempting to break a drought for the Sydney 2-year-olds, bounding away Tommy Smith in 86, the last to win it, but it's been Alinghi giving Lee Friedman his third win after Knowledge and Danelaw. Second to number 9, Wager, Chris Muntz, and third, number 7, World Peace, Darren Gauci. So it's a fillies trifecta for the first time since in 1998 when Danelaw beat Denari in Piccadilly Circus.
We're down here with Theo Menounos, who we spoke with before the race. Congratulations. How about that? You hadn't seen Alinghi prior to today?
No, I saw her today, and I'm still haven't come to grips with what I've seen. I'm absolutely ecstatic. When I heard that she was second last with about 800 metres to go, I didn't give up, but I'll tell you what, this is sensational. You couldn't get better than this.
There's about 16 or 17 owners here. How about enjoying the moment?
Look, absolutely fantastic. How are you now? I'm, yeah.
Go and enjoy it, mate.
Thank you very much.
There we go. One of the lucky owners, Michael Friedman's here. Michael, normally low-key at the races, mate, but you've been hugged and kissed in the last few seconds.
Yeah, well, you save it for these ones, don't you?
And what a ride in the end. Slow out, did a few things wrong, bit green on the rails, but what an explosive run home.
Yeah, I mean, you can only do it with fillies as good as she is. I mean, I just said to Lee straight after the race, I mean, on the corner, we both thought she was probably 100 to 1 of winning. If she could have run home and run a nice second or third, it would have been a great effort. But, you know, she's all class.
What a sprint. The last, I mean, Wager got tired, but you were really picking it up.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, what can I say? I mean, she's obviously very, very good, and, you know, it takes very good horses to do what she did.
Go and enjoy it, mate, with the rest of the crew. We don't see you too often nowadays, though, but you come for the big ones.
Well, I'm a part owner, so I may as well.
Michael. Michael Friedman joining us, one of the lucky owners, and the Friedman clan. Damien Oliver celebrates his first Blue Diamond. We'll get some words with him shortly. Let's go to Chris Kearns at Rosehill.
Yeah, thank you, Andrew, as Damien Oliver returns after winning the big one today, the Blue Diamond on Alinghi, and just an awesome performance. A great run by Gay Waterhouse's filly Wager to be used up, and she got second, World Peace third, 85.50. That trifecta of 6.97 after the Blue Diamond. Onward now to the Golden Slipper, no doubt. Damien's first Blue Diamond, and he's pretty happy. For the bookies, much better odds than on the tote. Now, Cheltenham, the interim divs there after the previous. Cake now, we've had races success. We've had Restless, and now your favourite, Victory Vane. How's she going to go?
Yeah, she should run terrifically well, Chris. Beads indicated during the week that she's probably improved off her first up run, which you would have liked to think she would. And so hopefully today, taking the next step in her career against the males in the open grade, she's going to have to carry the top weights, but she's probably earned it, and it's going to be a very good test for her, but I'm sure she'll acquit herself very well.
You'd like to get a similar run to you had first up when she's just placed off them, and you got all those splits. I mean, it was great riding by you, but you'd like to kind of think that the race could pan out like that again.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed that there's a similar scenario. There's a little bit of a breeze going into your face, going down the back today, so it would be nice to just get a little bit of cover the first half of the race, and then once we get to around the 600, 500, start to put her into the race and be able to, when we're ready to hit the button, we're in a clear position.
What about Hayden, your ride in the last for Diane Poitevin Lane? One well last start, the stable's in form, looks a good each way chance?
Certainly, the stable's certainly in form. It was a little while between drinks with Hayden, but it was and I must give Darren a pat on the back. It was a masterful ride last week to get him home. So I'll have to, I've studied his ride and I'll try and play it piece by piece and see if we can get the same job done.
He's no doubt at home watching.
Yes, I'm sure he will. So hopefully I'll be able to fill his shoes. Well, I'm feel them all right on Race of Success, so hopefully we can do the same with Hayden.
All right, Dan, you've ridden very well today. Keep it up. You're going great guns.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck to Danny here. It's a tough assignment for Victory Vane, but she'll be right in this, no doubt about that. Poteza is the favourite on course. Late backing again comes for Victory Vane, and the rest, apart from Fiery Venture that's in the market, are at double-figure odds. Well, it'll be a great sprint this over the 1200, the running of the Group 3. Frederick Clissold, let's take you upstairs to Ian Craig.
So Poteza, the clear-cut favourite. Second pick on course is number 1, Victory Vane. And Fiery Venture is the third elect. Victory Vane on the tote. Number 1 is at $3.50. She's very popular there, isn't she? Anyway, this race last year was taken out by Gordo, ridden by Corey Brown, beat Presently, who's running again this year. Salgado ran third. Lord Essex won it in 2002. Ab Initio 2001. Pimpala Prince, been a good race. The Frederick Clissold handicap, and the sponsored name is the Premier Warehousing and Distribution Stakes. Group 3, Poteza 1 run back from a spell, and in the Lightning ran a creditable 6 to Regimental Gal. Poteza coming up to line now. Previous seances, number 6 won the Millie Fox, beat 13 in a bound, 5 recurring, and the 7 Ike's Dream was the official 4th. Now Lucky Knight follows Shags up towards the stalls. Here's Bradshaw, a very good sprinter, getting on in years. Chiraga coming up. Isn't he an honest horse? And Lucky Knights will be the last. Lucky Knight moves in, and we're ready for the Premier Stakes. The registered name, the Frederick Clissold. They're racing, and one of the best to break the line presently. Lucky Knight and Moa Man got out well, and the same could be said for Brits Best. Not far away is Fuadi as they settle into stride, and then comes on the inside Fiery Venture. Poteza the middle, wider Bradshaw. Wyangan Pines is next, followed by Victory Vane. Caught out deep from Chiraga and 2 to Shags. Past the 700, Lucky Knight is the leader. A couple, Moa Man presently third. 2.5 to Brits Best around Fuadi. Then comes Bradshaw, Fiery Venture, Poteza. A length and a half when Wyangan Pines parked over on the inside of Victory Vane, and Chiraga being second last and Shags is last as they come to the corner. And the speedy Musselbrook Galloper is the leader. Lucky Knight, 2 Moa Man presently third. Brits Best is running 4th, and then comes on the inside waiting for the run Wyangan Pines, and now Poteza on the outside. He's still got about 3 lengths to get to these leaders. Lucky Knight narrowly over Brits Best. Moa Man, Poteza joining in, and then Wyangan Pines trying to get through. Bradshaw finishing on with Victory Vane. Brits Best hit the front. Fiery Venture getting clear. They're all over the place coming